All right, so now we are moving in to One Piece. Don't worry, Tom. You don't need to.
I don't mind
about the
Piece
cartoon.
so much. Yeah,
this is all in the live action, but so like, what's going on here? Just a little context before we start.
I literally left like 20 minutes ago and nobody fucking noticed. So I'll just leave.
Yeah, he went to the shops. He even told us he's going to the shop. He said it in the private chat. I'm like, oh, okay. No one.
Well, you're back now.
Yeah.
But so they have a new season coming. So of course that's new casting, and they announced Crocodile Nico Robin. But I don't even think they'll be called that in season 2. I think the only thing they'll be called is Mr. Zero and Miss All Sunday, right? When I don't think we learned their name until Alabasta, right, Crow?
Yeah, she's going to be Miss All Sunday from everything, because they're only going to get as far as
Drum Island.
Yeah, I think that's when season 2 is going to be ending, which is surprising.
Yeah,
but I've got, this is the funniest story to me, because
the earlier arcs are the most important, so you have to do them.
Well, yeah, and
like Alabasta is so important they made a fucking movie for easy consumption.
She has barely any appearances prior to Alabasta. She has one where she
shows up and fucks with them.
She shows up one time and
it gives them that pose.
And I believe it's when she's also involved when that one guy dies, and I'm forgetting his name. The one that was Vivi's like guardian.
Yep.
But like she's hardly gonna be in it. She's gonna be a bigger character in the 3rd season. I hope they don't like try to shove her into this one. But like they're freaking the fuck out about it, and I'm like, dude, she like these are like the same people always complain about like accurate casting, like, and I'm like, this is
other than the. I wish she had bigger breath, because Robin is very voluptuous, but
I agree.
In the face, she does look a lot like her.
It's not
just say. I'm fine with it.
Oda was the guy that, like, he was asked, like, where would the Straw Hats come from? And so far, they've been pretty good about that, right? Like, Luffy would be from Brazil. They got a Brazilian actor.
Yeah.
Nico Robin would be from Russia. They get you a Russian actress, and then they're freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, it'd be one thing I think it's stupid, but I could kind of understand it if she was like celebrating the war in Ukraine, talking about like fucking Putin's a badass and everything. But she's not. They literally just hate her for being born there.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. It's wild, chat. A Ukrainian parliament member fucking has a meltdown over this. I covered this, but Hiro has more stuff in his video. He really went deep on it.
Twitter activists are once again offended and angry at One Piece. This time they're not seething about Yamato being a woman.
That's funny too. I looked into that.
Oh, you finally got on that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yamato, you're not you guys that just watch a live action, I don't even know if you ever even see Yamato, to be honest, but
well, you know, the most fucked up, I know it's a little bit, but the most fucked up thing about that is they kept saying Yamato's a guy, Yamato's a man, yada, yada. And we're like, Oda said it's a fucking woman. The Vivre cards come out, which has all the extra data on the characters, says that she's a fucking woman. But then the localizers get a hold of it. And in the English copy, they put that Yamato's a man again. I'm like, these people like spit in Oda's face at every fucking opportunity.
The dub is really funny for this, because they just run up, like Frankie runs up on Yamato's like, hey, dude. Like, how would he even know anything about? He'd never met Yamato. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, dude.
It's actually a specific casting choice for the live action adaptation that has them all upset. Allow me to give you the context.
Also, it's really funny because Yamato has gigantic tits.
And bigger
than Nico Robin.
On. One Piece Netflix says, introducing Baroque Works' most dangerous duo, Mr. O and Miss All Sunday.
I love this casting, by the way.
It's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
With power cloaked in mystery and intentions hidden behind ominous smiles, these two will stop at nothing. And if you direct your attention to the bottom left, you can see the actress Lara Abova.
Yeah, you like that, Crow? I think she fits the bill pretty good, other than the tits.
Yeah, I really love the casting.
Do you see that picture of her putting her arms up in the old flu pose?
Yes. I think it's brilliant casting. I 100% agree about the chest size and everything, but I say like the facial structure looks really, really good when you're trying to find somebody to adapt Nico Robin.
I think they've done good. All of the cast has been pretty good. That's the Vivi I'm a little on the fence about. We'll see how she does, but
Well, we'll see. Like Oda is the guy that they're going to for all of this casting, and he's kind of the one who's having the final say on it. And if he thinks that she's the right character, then I'm gonna give it to Oda, because that man is, he usually does not miss.
Now, before we get to all the outrage, you need to know this. Lara Abova is a Russian actress and model. She grew up in the village of Slavgorod in Siberia. According to her, the village is so small they don't have it on the map. However, when she was 13, she moved to Germany. Now, the part
that's very important, chat, because she has not lived in Russia for a long time. That's important to remember.
That's got Twitter cops all angry is that she was born in Russia. Apparently, these people hate anyone who was simply born in Russia. And regarding Lara, as mentioned, she spent more than half her life living in Germany, having moved there at age 13. And that takes us back to Twitter. We've now got an influx of tweets like this. 21 injured, including 3 children in Kharkiv today, but Netflix is letting an actress whose country is currently committing a genocide play character. That's literally a survivor of a genocide. Real Nico Robin would hate this. That tweet getting over 3,800 likes.
Real Nico Robin would shame you for hurting this woman for just existing.
I can't. I fucking
Funny
can't.
when they talk about us bullying like actresses and actors and stuff like that, but then they do just that.
But it's
way
like
to watch the show and not
fucking
get what it
racist,
fucking
too.
stands for at all.
Like it's overtly fucking racist. She's Russian, so that must mean that she's fucking evil, right? Like if
But
somebody
I thought-
escapes from North Korea, would you start blaming them for the shit that the fucking North Korean dictator does? No, like, dude, she
Just
left
goes
when
to
she
show
was a
you how
kid.
fucking racist and xenophobic and shit they really are.
Yep.
But they've got
And intolerable for that matter, too.
past like
Dwarves aren't even allowed to play dwarves these days.
Yeah.
This response reading, Robin was attacked because she was blamed for the sins of her country even though she was only 12 years old and had nothing to do with their political decisions. That's a pretty huge part of her story, no? Someone else mentioning how Lara left Russia at age 13, saying her story is literally almost identical to Robin's. And someone else
They're
says, I
right.
can't believe I'm
Yeah.
they're 100% correct.
Yeah.
watching this unfold in real time. Many other responses would also defend
Thank
Lara.
you.
Here's a few more examples. However, there's also still a lot of hate, and for the record, I'm not going to be showing anywhere near all of it in this video. And as you can see in that example, this person even mentions how there's so many hate
crazy.
posts like the one we
That's
just read,
crazy.
and that it's sad. We've got someone here.
Now this is what attracted me to the story, because you got this fucking tourist who probably just Wikipedia'd everything about these characters, trying to get political points off of a One Piece fucking casting. This guy is a piece of shit.
Who claims to be a member of the Parliament of Ukraine. And they actually make a tweet about this situation, saying, casting a Russian actress as Nico Robin in the popular show #One Piece, whose family was killed by terror, feels particularly inappropriate given Russia's current role as a terrorist state. There's still time to fix this at Netflix. That tweet getting over 5,500 likes.
Whoa.
He would then go on
Her
and
family
say
was-
all of this.
They weren't killed by fucking terrorists. They were literally killed by the government for
Yeah.
existing. Like,
Yep.
holy fuck.
Because they had forbidden knowledge.
Yeah, like what the man. These people, like, it's a subsect of One Piece fans, and I struggle to call them fans because they take the wrong fucking message from the series. They're convinced that they're fucking right, and they have the most unhinged and insane fucking takes you will ever hear.
Sounds
This
like Disney
tops 'em.
Star Wars fans.
Yeah, dude, it's like that. And the thing is, the One Piece fandom is pretty good about like, making it
Way
about
better
One
than
Piece.
like My Hero Academia's fan base.
100%. Like,
Fuck,
My Hero
man.
Academia fans want to ship every fucking character. One Piece fans love the fucking story. We just want to find out the mystery. We love the adventure of it. But you have this new group that has gotten into the series over the past, like, I want to say 5 years, and they have tried everything they can to insert their bullshit into the series.
Russians are killing thousands literally for existing, not Putin personally or government, ordinary Russians. They kill actors, children, One Piece fans, everyone. Has anyone among you been tweeting about this? There are many One Piece fans in Ukraine, and during a real genocide, do you understand how they feel watching a Russian actress in this role? We are simply asking to change the cast. Instead of empathy, you criticize us for being hurt and wish harm upon me. Are these the values you've taken from One Piece? Do you get the point? A Russian actress could use her voice to condemn the killings. Did she, or is she silent like most anti-war Russians?
Why does she even have to comment on it? She's not from. She was born there. She doesn't live there.
Well,
Why is it her responsibility to do anything other than fucking make One Piece fans happy?
Well, did you see the comment where he's like, fuck, dude, I'm sorry. Like, this story is just, it blows my fucking mind. But
And I like how he plays the victim too. I made a dumb fucking post. Why are you guys mad at me?
Like, but he goes like, ordinary Russians are doing this. It's like, dude, ordinary Russians, when they get conscripted into the fucking army.
She's not an ordinary Russian. She doesn't fucking live there.
But I mean, like, when he's talking about like ordinary Russians do this, dude, ordinary Russians, if they go against what the government is telling them to do, like the Russian army were the people that would
they'll take them out.
Yeah, they would line up their
put you in
soldiers.
prison.
And if you try to back away from the front line, they'd shoot you in the fucking back. Like, Russia doesn't fuck around. It's not the U.S. Army where you can, run.
But also,
away from
too,
it. Like, they will shoot you dead.
But also, too, just because Russia's doing what they're doing right now, does that mean that every single Russian agrees or, disagrees? Does that mean that these civilians can't like have a life or,
they want her to self-flagellate. They want her to self-flagellate.
It would be like if our government here in Australia was to go to war against someone, which would be completely stupid. But let's say we did, and I disagreed with it. Is that still like on me? Like, is that my responsibility to then not have a life or pursue my dreams? I know it sounds ridiculous because I got no dreams, but like, you know what I'm saying.
But the answer to that question would be yes, right? Like you have to. He has to go out every single day and talk about how evil Russia is.
You're breaking up.
And even then, it's the most frustrating thing to see, especially when they try to like use it in the name of what One Piece is supposed to stand for. These people don't fucking know the series. They don't know the characters. They don't know the fucking history. All they're doing is trying to like create this divisive fucking bullshit. Like, 100%. Nico Robin's story in One Piece is about her entire peoples being wiped out by the government for what they knew.
Yeah,
because they had void century knowledge.
Yeah, and then she was pursued from the time she was a child to the time she was an adult by the government for being from that country. Like, they tried to hunt her down. They called her the devil child. Everybody betrays her. Everybody stabs her in the back up until fucking Luffy and the crew. So I'm like, you guys are literally the bad guys in One Piece. Like, literally, you are the bad people in One Piece.
But you guys are missing the point. Russia.
Fuck.
Well, this really comes down to the definition of a tourist. The definition of a tourist, in my opinion, is somebody who puts their politics above their escapism, which is why they do this. The escapism, like, they might actually know a lot of things about One Piece, but that doesn't matter. They will take the pieces that they like about One Piece and use those to condemn the actions that go against their politics. Like, it's a pure power move, really. They take the piece they like, discard the rest.
That's a good point, Arch.
Playing the victim now and on screen. Ukraine has seen this before. First, anti-war Russian actors, often with Ukrainian passports, were pushed on us. Then tanks followed. For years, we were convinced that Russians were part of our cultural space and brothers, spreading their narratives through films, music, and TV. Russophobia is self-defense, not xenophobia. In the immediate responses, people would say things like this. Your point means nothing. It's a role in a show. She's a model and actress, not a politician. She hardly has any social media posts in the last 20 years. Harassing a person because of ethnicity. Did this what you learned from One Piece? You're referring to soldiers who are fighting a war, so could you just stop pushing your politics into everything? She literally moved to Germany as a child. She has nothing to do with the war. He would also further argue with people in the responses. For example, this tweet said, Nico Robin is literally a Russian. If you knew anything about One Piece, then you would know that. And he says, I even know where she came from and how canonical it is. So I didn't even want to respond to such similar comments.
Yeah, this is Oda responding to a fan asking them where they would be in the real world if they were real people. And right there, Robin, Russian.
Bro, like it's really
What a self-own that post is.
It's frustrating to see this shit, and obviously I don't think Netflix really gives a fuck. You know, this is a smaller portion, but I keep seeing these people, and they're so desperate to infest the One Piece community and start pushing their bullshit into the One Piece community. And I fucking can't stand that. One Piece has been around as a series since the fucking 90s.
98?
I think the first manga chapter came out in 98. But Little Garden, like the introduction of Nico Robin, was around then. Like that was 25 years ago, right? Her story is really core to One Piece. Like the stuff that happens to her is really highlights how evil the government is.
Yeah, Buster Call.
Yeah, the bust. Dude, actually, I had to ask. I don't want to derail, but what did you think of the Straw Hat Pirates surviving a Buster Call?
Oh, it was great. I liked that. That fight was one. I really liked it because one thing that I love after a long arc like Wano, where they don't have the Navy, is when they bring the Navy in, and the Navy came in full force.
Oh yeah,
full force.
Well, remember the last time they barely escaped the Buster Call, but this time they actually beat the Buster Call. And Nico Robin is the only individual in all of One Piece who has actually lived through 3 separate Buster Calls.
Yeah. No, they fucked him up. I can't wait to see. I'm really into the what's going on with Emu and the Emperors, or not the Emperors, the 5 Elders. Because obviously, I'll go way off rail. I could talk about this all day, but what is Emu and how is he? I'm guessing he must have made some kind of pact with the devil.
I don't know.
Satan exists in this universe.
The crazy.
I actually watched real quick. I watched a really interesting video about how much Christianity Oda borrows for this franchise, and I never thought about it, but he takes a lot.
Oh, he
pulls from the Bible and everything.
Like he pulls from all types of mythology and different religions. But the one thing I was going to say is, and I don't know if you noticed this, when the 5 elders appeared.
They're using pentagrams. They have the
pentagrams, but
the alchemy pentagram symbol.
Not only that, every single time a character in One Piece shows up and they display their power, we get the name of the devil fruit. But when these guys showed up and were pulling off those fucking abilities, he didn't say anything about them having devil fruit powers.
They don't have devil fruit powers. Because Saint Saturn went into the sea.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is a power coming from Emu. And it's some kind of pact. You get some of his power. If he wants, he just kill you because he melted Saturn. Melted his ass. Turned him into a skeleton and then an ash.
We lost to the Emu.
Awesome.
And including this image, one that many people are likely already familiar with. Reader saying, "Hello Oda, I have a question. If One Piece took place in the real world, where would each of the 9 Straw Hats be from?" Signed, Michael Jackson's brother. Oda saying, "Well, here's the image I have." And as for Robin, you can see in the parentheses there, says Russia. Here's a tweet with over 7,800 likes, where this person seems to have made art that essentially accuses Lara of being a terrorist.
That's insane.
Bro.
I feel bad for her coming into this and having to fucking deal with these crazy fuckers. Like, this is bullshit. It's disgusting. She's just doing her job. She has nothing to do with Russia, and like this is like next level bullshit.
Well, and I saw a video from one of the One Piece channels that I watch, and they were coming out of like full throated defense of this girl because the majority of One Piece fans are not behind any of this shit, and like we hate these fucking people that keep trying to pull this shit with the community, and they don't ever fucking stop. It's the same people who infested the fucking Star Wars community.
That's right. It's the quote-unquote new audience. It's the new audience. That's it. Modern audiences come in and infiltrate and take over and destroy.
And also an example where someone defends her, though, in the responses, saying, "Robin is Russian, so they got a Russian actress to play her. Not every Russian is evil, and it's not a crime to exist, like One Piece always preaches about. Maybe listen to the show's morals that you worship." I mean, that said, I doubt this person worships One Piece. If anything, they're probably a tourist. Here's a meme of sorts that a lot of these hate accounts seem to all be sharing around. Conversely, a defense tweet would read, "You're not welcome in the One Piece community. Hating someone just because of their ethnicity is not what Luffy is teaching us." They'd get a response from that person in Ukrainian, and there's a translation via DeepL of what that response seems to translate to.
Oh, somebody in the chat, bro, that was fake Robin. Remember the fake Straw Hats?
Oh, yeah.
Right after the time skip.
When fucking Chopper like meets with the fake Straw Hat crew and he can't tell the difference.
Yeah, he couldn't tell the difference. Luffy was fat and everything.
Another tweet with over 5,400 likes, once again translated from Ukrainian to English via DeepL, where this person seems to lament the casting choice and also demand a boycott of Netflix. A few more examples here with hashtag boycott Netflix. This one saying, "You are a disappointment." Another one saying, "Canceled my subscription because of her. You should be ashamed of this choice." And this one saying, "Lara Abova supports a genocidal imperial war on my country by upholding the fascist pro-Putin status quo. She's a propaganda tool who is supposed to portray a genocide survivor in One Piece. At Netflix keeps paying Zionists and fascists. Cancel your subscription." In the responses, we can see someone ask, "Can you tell me exactly?"
It's funny. These people are the fucking fascists, and they just don't get it.
You know, actually, let me help them understand something, right? Because the whole Ukrainian bullshit. Azov Battalion, like literal fucking Nazis out there in fucking Ukraine defending the Ukrainian territory and everything. I guess that means every single Ukrainian loves Hitler. This is like the most retarded way of looking at any type of situation. But we can do it. Well, we can make the Ukrainians out to be fucking monsters too. Like, this is stupid. It's like I'm Palestinian, so I'm responsible for the things the Palestinians are doing. Like, fuck off.
How she is supporting the war, and someone else saying, "You won't get an answer. So far as of recording, there has not been an answer." The initial tweet was also made 14 hours ago, those responses from 13 hours ago, so it does seem at least somewhat likely that the OP would have seen that question. We'll go over just a few more examples of this stuff. Of course, by all means, if you want to see more of this entire situation, you can easily find all of this stuff over on Twitter. For now, here's a few more like I said. This tweet reading, "A Russian has no right to play Nico Robin. That is immoral at its finest. Nico having her home shelled, her relatives slaughtered, cannot be represented by a person whose government, friends, relatives do the same to Ukrainian children. Shame on you."
Shame on you for not looking into the fact that she doesn't live there and that Oda said she would be Russian. Fucking tourists, man. I hate tourists.